Hello everybody, welcome back to Throttle Grotto. What is in the shop this week getting a new lease on life? Find out on this episode of Throttle Grotto. Alright everybody, as you may have imagined or conjured up from the title of this video, the Jetta is back in the garage again, getting some work done on it this week after trying to sell it last week, failing miserably. I went through your comments, and yes, I agreed that the turbo probably took a crap, and I spent all morning this morning getting the turbo out of the car. It ended up being way more involved of a process than I anticipated it being, but the turbo's out, and it definitely looks bad. Let me show you what's going on with it. I tried to set this turbo up so that you guys could see down inside of it, and got my little light. Everything looks fairly clean in there, but this is going to be a challenge to see if I can make this. Let me try relighting this. The creative use of a magnet so I don't have to stick my finger in there. And you can see that that impeller is moving around all over the place. Let me grab a screwdriver. So, yeah, that turbo is toast. Fortunately, I have another one over here on the shelf, and I'm going to put that back in this afternoon. So, I'll film the reassembly procedure. It's there's a lot more to go into it than I anticipated. So, I had to pull the intake manifold, the turbo, the axle, drain the cooling system, pull the air box out, pull the down tube. Just a lot of things that had to come out of the way so that I could get that turbo to slip out of the car. So I am going to put the car back together, and then we'll back it out in the driveway and see if I have solved the problem. So, wish me luck. Hey everybody, welcome back. So it is day 2 of the expletives deleted Jetta project. So let me go through the steps of what happened. I replaced the turbo yesterday, and I still had the same problems. I got really frustrated. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to push the thing outside, figure out what's going on, because like I thought the problem was the turbo. The turbo was bad. Let's not mince words about that, because that turbo was toast. But why was it toast? Well, it turns out that the noises we were getting out of the engine were because of oil starvation. So oil wasn't reaching the top end of the motor, wasn't being pushed into the turbo. The turbo went its way to the metal junkyard, and fortunately did not take the engine with it. So today I pulled the oil pan off, cleaned out the pickup tube, and there's a tip on that. I called my local auto parts store, the one that I usually get all my Euro-specific stuff from, and asked them if they had an oil pickup tube, and they said if I have a propane torch to just burn everything out of it. So took it over to the workbench, cleaned it out with brake clean, scrubbed the screen and the oil pickup tube, and it was true, it was plugged, because when I took it out, I turned it upside down and all the oil poured out of the pickup tube. So it's a pretty good sign that it was plugged. So then I took it out in the backyard with my propane torch, heated it up for a while, burned everything out of it, put it back in, and check this out. It is like awesome. Let me start this thing up so you can hear it. So sounds like it's supposed to. All the ticking is gone. No big clouds of smoke coming out of the back of the car. So I am confident that I have solved the problem with the Jetta. Now the good thing is, here, let me turn this off so you can hear me. So the good thing is, I have 2 people interested in coming to look at this car next week. So now I can email both of them and tell them, yes, please show up and look at this car because it is ready to be sold. So the rest of my afternoon is going to be spent pulling this car out of the garage, cleaning the floor because I made a big mess, give this thing a bath, and just to get all the, there's a lot of like here in the Northwest, if a car sits for a while, it gets some algae on it and pollen and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to, even though it's raining outside, I'm going to be that crazy guy who's going to wash the car in the rain. Then I'm going to button all this stuff up, and I'm going to get ready to go to Radwood. So if you haven't heard of Radwood, Radwood is a big 80s and 90s car event that happens down in California. So tomorrow morning I am flying out to Radwood, which is also going to be it's called Hooptycon. So I think I've talked about this on one of the previous episodes, but Hooptycon is a huge like car event. It's supposed to be like one of the most fun car shows in the country. So I'm going to that tomorrow. So I've got to get all my stuff packed up and ready to go for tomorrow. But hey, you know what? I got the Jetta fixed. Hopefully it's done and I can get rid of this thing next week. So next week's episode will be focused on Hooptycon because there's going to be so much cool stuff to show you guys from that event. I saw the stuff from the last Radwood event. I really wanted to go. So Sonoma Raceway is beautiful. It's going to be billet-proof, so it'll be like a rat rod car show. There's going to be Radwood, Concourse de Lemons. There's going to be a Lemons race there. So I am going to have tons of stuff to show you guys in the upcoming weeks from this event. So that is all for this episode, and hopefully all for the Jetta. So we will find out next week, if this thing is going to go to a new home or it's going to be a driveway ornament again. So that's all I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And until next week, get out there and work on something.